sports presentation of NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Sacramento Kings. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Anthony Davis.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, playing in Los Angeles presents unique challenges. Lakers great Magic Johnson says Hollywood's right there, and you can't go too close to all of that because it'll take away from winning. So you have to be disciplined to play in LA, and remember that with the Lakers, it's all about winning championships. Kevin?
It sure is, and the banners to prove it, David. Thank you. It'll be hard for either side to score tonight, Greg. Two lockdown defenses that do it in a variety of ways.
I'll tell you what, they're both strong on the ball, in help, and in transition. And both coaches do a great job of making in-game adjustments.
So with Wall on the bench, here's who Alvin Gentry's going with. They've got Zach LaVine. Draymond Green is out there with Davis. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Murray in at the shooting guard position. And for the Lakers, Howard is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Avery Bradley. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. And Davis can't get it to go. Looking at the last game for Sacramento, it was a win against Portland. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And at times, it just feels like DeRozan is still underappreciated. He receives a lot of criticism for what he doesn't do and not enough credit for what he does.
And DeRozan's talked about using negative press to his advantage.
You know, he said you have to be able to take criticism if you want to be great. Use the negative energy to become something more than you thought you could be.
Now here's LaVine. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Here's Murray. And the shot is good.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Lakers. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to DeRozan. Now here's Bradley. Down low. LeBron with the block.
LeBron authorizing another block shot.
Here's Davis. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound on the possession.
Now here's Leonard. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he laid straight up and in.
The effortless vertical of LaVine. It gets off the ground with such ease on those throwdowns.
Davis against Bradley. Five to shoot. Here's Caruso, guarded by LaVine. Great positioning on the putback.
Not easy trying to keep Howard off the offensive boards. He excels at using his muscles and his size to get great position.
And in the past, Murray's coaches have said he wants to be pushed.
He's a tough kid who's overcome a ton. Takes nothing for granted, wants to earn his keep. He understands what a privilege it is to play in this league.
Free throw good, Murray. Los Angeles making a switch here. Martin's checked in. Harrell, he's checked in for the Kings. Garland comes in for LeBron. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Lakers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Kings. Bridges, he's checked in for Davis. And John Wall subbed in for Murray.
John Wall.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Bridges against DeRozan. Bridges misses. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Monks checked in for Leonard. R.J. Hampton comes in for Avery Bradley. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Alex Caruso. Now here's Wall. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Rebounded by Hampton. Lakers trail by 3. Releases from 15, and the Lakers with another miss.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
LaVine finds Bridges. Harrell setting the pick for Garland. To the middle. Harrell down low. Covered by Martin. And he comes up with the deuce.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound, crucial to this offense and his production.
With the step back, here's Monk. And the rejection by Harrell. Back to Monk. Over Harrell. Shot clock at 5. Monk kicks to Hampton. Outside Holiday. That one misses. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
Sacramento.
Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. In third, the Lakers.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the three.
All right. Look who's coming under the court.
DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for Sacramento. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Zach LaVine.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Holiday against Murray. Outside DeRozan. Rebound by Harrell. Sacramento leading by 5. It's Wall with the drive. And Wall with the slam.
At times, Wall can be so explosive here, playing downhill, and then just sails over the defense for the dunk.
Now, here's Hampton. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Wall. Here he goes. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And on the drive, Wall can be so sudden, striking before the defense gets a chance to load.
Lakers trail by 7. Hampton passes to Holiday. 16 seconds left in the first. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. LaVine kicks to Murray. Harrell setting the pick for LaVine. Over Hampton. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Sacramento heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
All right. Look who's coming under the court. Get loud. Here they are.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for the Kings guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And so many teams looking to space the floor. Greg, how many non-shooters can you play and still have a good offense?
Well, I think most teams go 4 out, meaning you got to have at least 4 guys that are a threat on the perimeter, keeping a vertical spacer at that dunker spot. But if your dunker can also shoot, man, that puts even more pressure on the defense.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Malik Monk. Then there's Howard. Then there's Bradley. And it's Caruso in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
And a chance to look at some numbers for Malik Monk. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 13 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Simmons' shot is good.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Lakers trail by 11.
And one of the more versatile players in this league. Simmons gives you assists, rebounds, steals, and he continues to develop as a scorer.
Now here's Leonard. He had 27 points last game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Gordon dishes to Davis. Got a piece of it. Back to Gordon. Davis in the corner. Sacramento moving it around. Shot clock at 3. And the layup falls. Davis has got the lead up to 13 now for the Kings. And of course, Greg, Simmons gets the majority of his points from the foul line down.
And a one-man wrecking crew in transition. Excellent at driving the ball in the half court. And once he gets downhill, he is tough to stop.
Here's Caruso. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Monk for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad. Here's Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Here's Caruso. Sacramento making their last shot. Here's Leonard. It's good from about 19 feet.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
A crossover, and it's sent back by Howard.
Now that reach of Dwight Howard's is so impressive. A dominant shot blocker and a tremendous athlete.
Pass to Caruso. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Simmons penetrating. Misses from close range. Lakers trail by 13.
2 minutes.
In the corner, Bradley with it. Here's Caruso. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
Here's Davis. Another shot. Outside for Sexton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Now a chance to see the NBA leaders in steals. The 4th spot held by Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Here they are, your Laker girls.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. John Wall comes in for Aaron Gordon. Garland, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. And Maxey subbed in for Draymond Green. Sacramento making a switch here. James is checked in. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at Los Angeles. Right now they're in 7th in the conference, looking to build on their record.
You know, for Los Angeles, they haven't attracted any serious attention here in the early season. It's been the kind of average start that most had predicted.
And after talking to some of the coaches and the players, they're not happy that they couldn't start off on a little bit more of a roll. But I think they're in fine shape with the bulk of the season still to come.
Leonard with the ball. Outguarded by Simmons. And it's Martin missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Simmons finds James. Goes back up. Outside Garland. Sacramento again missing. And so it's Leonard with it. They'll bring it up for the Lakers. Trailing by 13. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow and closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
And how chaotic was this offseason for Simmons? I mean, the trade rumors swirling, stepping back from Team Australia, ultimately traded. And you talk about someone just dying for a fresh start.
Some changes for Sacramento. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Simmons, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Garland. Lakers trail by 13. Holiday, the pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double, deflects the pass, and stolen by LeBron. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slaps it in.
Harrell in ideal position, and then rises back up, and then able to jam it down.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Lakers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Hampton passes to Leonard. Over Harrell, and again the Lakers no good.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
LaVine, it's good. And the Kings lead by 17.
And that's exceptional body control from LaVine, contorting himself nicely for the contact and finish. And that was almost a block. Still, did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
And so a pretty lopsided game.
Thanks.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third.
Checking out the Kings. They've had a tough year so far. They have some talented pieces. Coach is trying to pull the right strings on rotations.
And now let's take a look at the excellent first half we've seen so far for the Kings.
And the game plan they went with was very clear. It was centered around score.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively, but he's going to keep going at him.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So with James on the bench, here's who Alvin Gentry's going with. Ball out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Green in at the center, walking down the middle. In the foul on Avery Bradley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul. In for the Kings, Colin Sexton.
Davis sets a screen. Here's Sexton. Misses in close. Lakers trail by 17. Outside Bradley. Pass to Howard. Kicks it out to Bradley. Launches a three. Tips it up. And Howard with the second chance points.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And Green gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lakers shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now the pass to Howard. Leonard inside. He's against Gordon.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And a memory I have of Colin Sexton in Alabama. How about he scored 40 points in a game where the Tide only had 3 players on the court down the stretch. Young fella was undaunted.
First free throw is good. And in that game with only 3 players, Sexton almost led them to a comeback, Greg. In fact, they actually cut a 14-point lead down to 3.
And that tells you about Sexton's mindset. He was not prepared to let them lose, even under the toughest scenario you can imagine.
Lakers trail by 19. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Monk kicks to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. And Malik Monk hits from deep. Monk's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly. And with Aaron Gordon, we knew about his high-flying acrobatics. But at his age, still seeking more consistency. Given his talent, he must continue to get better.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, there's no question Gordon has game, especially remembering some of those dunk contests he was in.
An impressive athlete, no doubt. And his outside shot has improved. Now he's got to concentrate on scoring more for his team.
Martin's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And then for Sacramento, Montrezl Harrell comes in for James. And it's Miles Bridges in for Anthony Davis. Poked away.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Lakers trail by 18. Here's Monk. He trains the quick shot. Monk's got 5.
Well, that's a good job by Avery Bradley recognizing that he had an open teammate and get it to him in a good position.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Wall's shot is off.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The G League has been a proving ground for many aspiring NBA players, including the Lakers' Alex Caruso. He said a big reason guys get stuck there is they don't realize the position they're trying out for. It's like trying to be the CFO, and they're looking for someone to clean the bathrooms. Either way, Kevin, it's good work. You can get it.
I agree. Thank you, David.
All right. Look who's coming under the court. Get loud. Here they are. Your Laker girls.
Some changes for the Lakers. R.J. Hampton comes in for Bradley. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Alex Caruso. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. LeBron, he's checked in for Harrell. Murray comes in for Gordon. Levine's checked in for Colin Sexton. And Simmons subbed in for John Wall. Simmons against Holiday. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip.
And we all know what an incredible athlete Levine is, using those physical tools to draw the defense's attention.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Kevin, you tend to forget this about Levine. I mean, he's still so young. You feel like he's been in the league forever.
You know, Greg, I was just thinking about Zach LaVine and his age. He's just now in his mid to late 20s.
And he's grown so much since that rookie year. Excited to see what numbers he can put up as he gets ready to enter into his prime.
And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Sunday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town. Then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Sacramento Kings.
And for that game against Los Angeles, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Holiday surveying the floor. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Sacramento ball.
And a quick look now at the best free throw shooting teams. Fourth spot held by the Lakers.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Here's Murray. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got 5 now.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
On the wing, Holiday. Tries the spin move over Simmons. And again, the Lakers no good. Sacramento leading by 18. Bridges passes to Simmons. No good on that one. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Hampton. Back to Martin. On the wing, Monk. Outside, Martin. And again, the Lakers no good. And they're running. Here's Bridges. And there it is for him. And the Kings lead by 20.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
The shot, no good. And so it's Sacramento closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Poise and aggressiveness on the offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Caruso. And Spurs great Tim Duncan recently inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And you played with him, Brent, for a handful of seasons. You won a couple rings. Any reflections?
Well, Tim was such a tremendous teammate and so welcoming to every player that he came across that walked into a Spurs locker room, with the inherent trust he had from Coach Popovich that they were going to invite players that were going to come in and be about the right things. I just remember my first time visiting San Antonio, signing as a free agent, and the first person that I saw in the summer in the gym by himself shooting bank shots on the practice floor was one Tim Duncan. What a leader and what an all-time great.
They've got Martin. Kawhi Leonard is out there at DeRozan. Then there's Bradley, and it's Caruso in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Harrell, he's checked in for James, and it's Green in for Miles Bridges.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Maxey's checked in for the Kings. Garland comes in for Simmons. Lakers trail by 20. Inside, here's DeRozan, and the rejection by Harrell. Here's Murray. Rebound the Lakers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And DeRozan kicks to Caruso. Leonard with no one around. The baseline jumper goes down.
Boy, Leonard keeping the game very simple and just taking what the defense is gifting him.
Kings leading now by 18. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Harrell a screen on Bradley. Garland with it. And it's Martin picking him up. And Harrell slams it in.
A solid roll there from Harrell as he's going to come right at you.
Lakers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Los Angeles calls timeout. And with the 2020 class, we saw your teammate Tim Duncan get inducted into basketball's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I loved hearing some of the stories that other players and coaches and competitors had around going up against Tim, and the reverence, the respect, that they could never rattle him. It's so cool to hear those stories from the outside, having been a player so fortunate to be on the inside and understand what made him tick, what made him great, and just how special he was as a leader for so long for that Spurs organization.
Sacramento making a switch here. Aaron Gordon, who's checking in for Montrezl Harrell. Davis comes in for Draymond Green. John Wall's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And it's Colin Sexton in for Maxey. Clock at 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Bradley's got his first 3 points of the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Davis against Martin. The wide-open look here for Garland. No good with the triple.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Up top, Leonard, covered by Wall. Left side, DeRozan. Outside, Martin. Leonard against Wall. Leonard, no luck. Sacramento leading by 17. Back to Garland. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
That's pretty tough for Garland at his size to be able to score around the contest.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Lakers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Here's Sexton, and he converts the layup. And the Kings lead by 21. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Sacramento.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
Caruso, no good. The Kings have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Kings.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Montrezl Harrell.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Back to Martin. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Kings ball.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Martin. Monk comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Hampton's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Alex Caruso. Here's Wall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
It is great to see Wall back from those awful injuries, looking a lot stronger now.
John Wall at the line for 2.
That free throw, no good.
And great to see Wall beat a couple major injuries. Had to attack rehab twice. Doesn't always get enough credit for his dedication to the game.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for Sacramento. LeBron's checked in for Colin Sexton. And Howard with the stop.
And dropping the sledgehammer there. He curbs a 10-0 run by the Kings.
LeBron James on the wing. Monk defending over Monk. Rebound the Lakers.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Holiday. Pass to DeRozan. In the corner, it's Monk. Back to DeRozan. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time